Okay, Tim. So thanks for joining this particular session. Okay, the meeting. Let's start discussion on entry questions. So what I do, I'll copy paste the questions. Okay, then I guess we discussed a few of them. I don't know where I have. Okay, so what are the different ways? Okay, let me zoom it. I hope yeah. So if you see, what are the different ways to pass data between COBOL to COBOL program? I guess JCL to COBOL, or if you say COBOL to COBOL, one main program to subprogram files, or you can through call by reference, call by value. You can pass. These two approaches are there. Okay. So the next one, let me getting into some of the questions we already discussed. So whoever attended, did we discuss this question, guys? I guess we discussed, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, yeah.
I have a million of records. How to read bottom to top? So if this question is already discussed, so it is not required that. Okay. So I'll be starting from line number 44, sequence 44. So it's a basic question, the one which I'm going to copy. Right. So COBOL plus DB2 question: what happens if we include DCL gen member with the copy statement? Will it give error and why? Explain in detail. Also difference between copy and include statement. So we will take as a two questions. Okay. Let's when you're writing a COBOL DB2 program, we write execute SQL include DCL gen copybook include SQL CA. So instead of include, if you write a copy, what happens? That is, the candidate question over here. So I know the answer, but I would like to give a chance to one or two outside people like forum. Okay. So your silence is considered as no. You may not be. Yeah, go ahead.
Copybook will be expanded at the time of compilation, but include will be expanded after pre-compilation.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. You are right. I agree with you. Yeah. So let me elaborate a little bit more. Thing. What he said is correct. So when you write a include, the copybook that include copybook, nothing but DCL gen is going to expand during pre-compilation. Okay, whereas copybook, if you write, the copybook is going to expand during compilation time. This is the first difference. Then what is the big deal? Okay, there might be a cross question. What is the big deal if it opens in the pre-compilation and compilation? So as per the pre-compilation whole process, system process, the DCL gen variables which you declared in the COBOL book in the procedure division. So those validations are going to check. Okay, those validations are going to check in the pre-compilation. Whatever the host variables you are writing in, whatever, yeah, whatever the variables you are using in the procedure division, host variables. I'm talking about the host variables. Okay, the host variables you might be writing between execute SQL and execute, right? So those variables are existing or not. Those validations will be done during the pre-compilation. Okay, if you use copy, that will be expanded in the copy compilation time. So you will get a compilation pre-compilation error only. So what happens? We will get the pre-compilation error. I hope we had a discussion on this now also. Just now I gave the difference also. What is the difference between copy and include? Okay, so I'll give a couple of seconds. Any responses? Anyone wants to add anything? Okay. So once I am done, I'll say completed so that I don't no need to refer that. Yeah. Give an employee ID, employee salary, find the greatest salary of the using. If you understood the question, you please do respond. I did not understand the question. Okay. So if it is a table or they are talking about a PS file.
I think it is for PS file data, Venkat.
Okay. Yeah. So with the assumption of PS file, you can give me the answers, guys. Employee ID, given the employee ID and employee salary, find the greatest salary using ACL. Okay.
I think we can
Anyone
use the
have
sort code. We can use the sort code. We can sort the salary and take the first record. Is it fine?
that makes sense, but it has you should write two steps, right, for that. So first you need to sort it based on either descending order and use first record using sort control card. You can keep pick only first record, but you need to write two, right? So any other best approach apart from that, that is correct, no doubt about it. Any other approach? Anyone have any idea? If there are no answers, then we can go to the next question. Okay, so right.
Could
Next.
you please repeat the answer once?
So,
Answer.
uh, yeah, got. So, for what you can do, you can sort based on the employee ID, employee salary, okay, or just you can sort based on the employee salary, either descending or ascending. If you make it descending, the highest salary will come as a first record, right? So then you write
Oh,
another control.
okay.
You can write another control card to pick the first record only.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So on top of this, anybody knows the best answer? I request you to give. Because which I even when I am not sure how it works other than this. Yeah. Okay. So at least we got something right. Now, what exactly happens at every stage of the cursor? I guess I can expect answers from any one of them, any one of you guys.
It will fetch a record.
We will fetch the data. Okay. Every stage of the cursor, I mean, there are four steps are there. You have to declare the cursor, you have to open the cursor, you have to fetch it, then you have to close it, right? So when you declare the cursor, according to that particular declaration cursor, the and what data needs to be filtered, let's say there is a table, 100 rows are there. So while you're declaring the cursor, if you put some condition, where condition or something like that, so it is going to the cursor is going to have only the filtered data. Cursor is going to have the filtered data. Okay, filtered means if I write where, okay, select star, declare a cursor, in the declare cursor, if I write a select star from table name where employee address is equivalent to Hyderabad. Now the cursor is going to hold only Hyderabad customers details or employees details. Cursor is not going to hold the entire table data. So then when you open the cursor, that is open cursor, execute SQL open cursor name and execute. When you open the cursor, will it place the cursor before first record of the table or before the first? We have a terminology called result set. Okay, so result set, actual keyword is result set. What does mean? I was telling you, right? So whenever you open declare the cursor, the filtered data, So the customers who are belongs to Hyderabad. So how many customers are there? That particular data is going to store as a result set. The term is result set. So when you open the cursor is going to place either before first record in the result set or before before first record in the table, entire table. What is your answer, guys?
The cursor will be pointing to the first record of the result set.
Exactly. So as once you declare the cursor, wherever you refer the cursor, it is going to hit the only result set. So cursor is going to place before first record of the result set. Then when you start fetching, yeah.
No, when we open the cursor only, the record set query will be executed and cursor will be pointed to first record or declaration of the cursor. I think
No, no, no.
after opening the cursor only, result set will be created and then pointing to first record. I think. I think I am not sure.
Yeah, got it. It's okay, makes sense. So then, okay, no, I don't think so. Okay, because while you're declaring up, yeah, so the entire, I mean, the basically
The
it is going
because
to,
1 second, because declare cursor is just a declaration of the one, but open statement only executable. Rest of three statements are executable. Open,
I agree.
fetch, and close. So I think after opening only cursor will be executed and pointing to the first record.
Okay, you're saying that the result set, final result set is going to form when you're opening the cursor, and before first, while opening only, it will place the cursor before first record. It has two functionalities. One is forming the result set based on the declare cursor, plus placing the cursor before first record in the result set. Result set. Am I correct?
Yes, that's what I am thinking. Because declaration of cursor is just declaring the statements. There is not execution. Only opening statement. That's why I think it will be once we open the cursor, the result set will be created and the query will be executed and result set will be created, then pointing to the first row. That's what I
Okay.
am thinking.
No problem, no problem. Let's take time, okay? Rather than, okay, I don't say you are wrong, okay? Okay, that is the case. Meanwhile, someone can search in the Google. You can ping in the chat window. So we will work on it. Not a problem. I'll announce by seeing the chat window, okay? Meanwhile, okay. So anyhow, in the open, it is going to place the cursor before first record of the result set. The second one, fetch, right? Third one. So it is going to fetch only one record at a time. You have to write a loop until SQL 100 plus 100. Then you close it. Okay. So I hope you are clear. Any queries? Anyone want? I guess any queries? Yeah. So I don't know this DIAG. Anybody have any idea? If there is no, you don't know this, then we can skip it. DIAG member can be override or not? Okay. Not answered. Right. Any DB2 DB expert give the answer on run state?
I think run stat is the one which will place the keys and everything. It will suppose run stat will be if suppose we have created any new keys. I think that will adjust all the things run stat.
Contains variables, statistics, and the best access path like that
Yes.
construct contains.
Yeah. Someone rather than Swarup, can you go ahead? Need more explanation because the way you explained is when
Runset
whoever
contains DB2 variables and best access paths like that Runset contains.
don't tell in high level, okay? Let's say I don't know anything about Runstat. I know David development. You tell me now in detail because that is the answer I'm expecting from in this group.
Actually, whatever keys or access path, whatever we are creating, it will be loading into the system tables. So once we ran the run stat, Okay, if we created any indexes or any changes in the DB2, that will be placed into the DB2 catalogs, DB2 table
Okay.
catalogs. That's what DB2 SysIBM tables, I think, that entries that will be
Okay.
refreshed.
Okay. Let me understand in a step by step. We create a table, we inserted the data, right? And the table has a primary keys. So once you run the run stats utility or command, okay, then it is going to place, it is going to configure or place the keys with respect to system catalog tables like indexes. It is going to basically, it is going to update the system tables. That's what you're saying.
Yes, that's what. That is usually DBA people will run that run stats.
Yeah, that's what.
Rearg and run stats both are. Suppose
Okay.
once they run the rearg is the one. Suppose if you deleted the bulk of rows from the table, okay, there will be space will be created in between the rows. So to keep all the rows at the same place and send move the space to the bottom, they will run the rearg. After running the rearg, now they will adjust the keys and everything. What are the suppose they deleted the rows and everything to delete. So to um, that keys and adjustment everything. That what he said access paths everything for that they will run the run start. Once they run the reorg, then along with the DB people run the run start also.
Okay.
Meeting.
Yeah.
No. वही चल रहा है ऐसा लग रहा है मुझे चलता
1 minute. On mute.
ऐसी वो इंटरव्यू रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन तूने वो शायद का पूछना कि तू चलती क्या साथ में मेरे अच्छा हाँ
Yeah. Anyone wants to add anything? Okay, team. So, right. I hope, though you did not understand from our discussion, it is a straightforward question. Just you can do Google, you will get the answer. It's not a logic-based question. It is a definition and functionality. And okay, as our colleague said, our friend said, runstat and rearg. Okay, these are all the utilities are going to execute by DB to DBA. Okay, so as a developer, we work on load, unload, max to max. Okay, and you might be you should know, as if you are having more than 8 years experience, so they might ask you performance tuning techniques and all. So I'm trying to find the expert who can teach performance tuning for our mainframe community. So I'm searching since long, but I am not able to find the person who can deliver that. Okay, let's take this question. So how many load modules will be get generated when we compile main program and two subprograms through static and dynamic call? So I guess most of them knows answer for this question. I request to have 100% confident. Anyone can give the answer. Not every time one person, other persons also can do respond, so that you will be also very active in the things.
So if it is static call, we have one load only. And for the dynamic call, we will have two loads that will be created on the runtime, and then all will be copied to the main load. So there will be three loads, and then in the dynamic call, all three loads will be merged to one.
Okay. Yeah. So what happens? Okay, in case of static call, let me add my Swarup. You want to add anything? Someone, Swarup, I guess he was giving answer.
not me.
I think what he said is for the dynamic static call. Static call is the only one which will have both load module and submodules will run at a time. But dynamic calls are not required, I think. What he given the answer is for the static, not for dynamic.
No, that's what he did not say. It's dynamic also. He said static only. But if in case of dynamic also, he answered things. There are three load models are required. Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Sorry.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. I'll reiterate the things. So basically the load modules, how many programs are there? We will be having those many load modules, no doubt about it. Point one. But finally, when you are running, okay, if it is a static call, the all the programs, okay, the main and subprogram is going to link during compilation time. That's why our friend said it will be one load module. Okay, one load module. Why it is a one load module? Because in the static call, the all the subprograms and main program load modules are going to link during compilation time. When it comes to the dynamic call, so no mechanism of linking, so it is going to search at runtime only. So I hope you're clear with my explanation, everyone.
Yeah, explain dynamic call for this.
You're asking one more time.
Yeah. Only for dynamic call. Static, I got it. Dynamic call.
A dynamic call will be having again one load module. I mean, you will be running main program only, but internally you are calling subprograms, right? The subprograms load module going to search in the runtime. Okay, it is going to link the main program, and subprograms load modules are going to link at runtime. Okay, I hope you got the answer, right?
Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Next, in a kick screen, there are 5 fields, but only one field is unique. They need to change, make out of the fields unique, and the data comes in the fields VSAM. Uh, Question: there are 5 fields, but only one field is unique. Okay, fine, no problem. They need to change. They need to do changes. Make 3 out of 5 fields unique. The data comes in the fields from where I need to do. Yeah. So anyone understood this question? Because I need to get clarity.
So uh, let me paraphrase the question so we can understand it. So there is one unique field. They want 3 unique fields, meaning they want to expand the primary key of the field. So the data is coming from a VSAM file, which means you have to expand the key length of the VSAM file. So that's the answer, I think.
Uh,
If I'm not wrong, anyone can correct me. That's what I understood from the question.
I think can we use alternate index in the VSAM file?
He didn't ask anything about that. He just want to make everything as a key field. So key means it can be primary key, and we can use alternate key index as well. So I don't think why we should not use an alternate index in this scenario. Yeah, because by making use of alternate index, we are keeping the key unique, still unique. So we will not, the VSAM will not get disturbed for other operations. So yeah.
Okay. I hope there are no other answers. No, then we can proceed further. As question is not clear, so even because of that, I could not able to answer add my answer. Yeah, see in a table there is one column in there. Okay.
ఆడుకొని సాయంత్రం 2 hours చదువుకుంటా.
Yeah, anyone can give the answer team. I hope the question is also there is a gender field. So for male employees kept as a female, for female employees they kept as a male. For female person they kept by mistake male. How to correct it through query or program? It's a very interesting question, and it's like a scenario also.
So yeah, so if we want to get it through done through program, we can create a cursor to get the data and create another update cursor to correct the data. But how do we know that what is wrong? If everything is assigned wrongly, we can just swap the data. So how do we know? I mean, on what
Correct, correct,
basis
correct.
we know that the data is wrong? We
Yeah,
don't know that.
because right, because based on the person we cannot say male or female, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so based different countries, different people, different names. Okay, it's
yeah.
very difficult to by seeing the name we cannot say.
Determine the name. Yeah, a program cannot understand that and say that this is this. Yeah.
Yeah, so that
I
is the
think one
case
more
with
thing I wanted to add here.
We
yeah,
can do one thing. Can I
yeah,
tell?
one by one. Yeah,
Uh,
whereas give it to
I
someone,
think
whereas you give it.
what I can do is
What I can do
wherever
is
female is there.
wherever female is there.
Okay.
Rana, go ahead. Rana, go ahead.
Yeah, one second, one second. Let me clarify this scenario first. So what we can do is that at least we should have somewhere that, let's suppose we have a name in some table, or we can say in a file, and on in front of that we should have a correct gender. Then only we can update or we can insert anything. Otherwise we cannot deduce through program or through query that whether our gender is correct or not. So that is the main requirement. At least we should have something in a table or in a file, maybe the correct one. Then only we can deduce and we can correct it, because it's a unknown number of times. Not, it is nothing like that that a name was male and then it is assigned to female. It's not the alternate scenario. It can be any scenario. There are many things that, so at least we should have a reference first, that a name should be stored in some table and that name is a male or female. That should be a correct scenario first, then only we can reference and correct in here scenario.
Yeah, I agree with you. So even I want to tell that only. Yeah, any other answers? Any best approach here? Yeah, so
In question, all the male they are make it as they wrongly loaded into female and the female is loaded into male. Correct? That is the issue.
No,
no. That
not
see, you
all.
can up to you, right?
Yeah.
As up to us, right? We can take in a different way. Let's say it so randomly for a few names kept as a wrong gender. For other people, they kept a wrong gender. Basically, it's random. Okay, it is not like all females they kept as a male. For all male employees, they kept as a female. If that is the case, as Bal Prashant said, like we can go through, you know, we can read each row from the table through program. Base if it is a male, update it to female for all the rows one by one till end. Okay, so as if it is a random case, as our colleague said, okay, to correct, okay, as it is a random, we don't know which employee gender is correct, which employee gender they marked as a wrong. We should have a source of the truth, like valid or the corrected one. So we should have the corrected one in the form of file or table. So by reading that data, compare with the table data and update it.
I don't think
Okay.
so. If in that case, if they have the source file, why they will ask this question?
Later
They
they
won't
came to
ask
know,
this
right?
question. I
No,
think
no. First, no, no.
that's why my question.
No, no. Initially they have they mapped wrongly, right? It doesn't mean that first time only they did correct, right? Let's say first time when they are doing, they did something wrong. Okay, they did something wrong. Later they realized, okay, they updated wrongly. So now later we collected or we referred the right file. It can happen, right? I hope you agree with me.
Okay, okay, okay. Maybe.
Please tell
One
Yeah.
me.
thing I wanted to add here, Venkat, as well, for the colleague that asked that why they will do it. Actually, it's a basic initialize issue. If we have initialization issue, then this might happen. That won't be an issue. All right. If initialization is wrong, then we can update our wrong things in wrong table columns. So that's a very simple scenario, and that's a very real one. Anyone can do it.
Okay, right. So any best answers? If there are no other answers on top of this question, we will good to go. Yeah. So how does DB2 restart logic works? I request you to, because it's not a small topic to tell, and refer my YouTube channel videos only. There is a video on restart logic itself. It's the concept. I am not covering because it will become a repetitive. Yeah. So can we execute insert update SQL using isolation level? Yes or no? Isolation level, you are uncommitted read. Yes or no?
We can.
So what
And
happens if you
we
do?
can naturally
Okay.
non-commutability.
Okay. Any restrictions like my question to cross question as an entry or instead of you are if
Uh,
I can I other, yeah, wait, let me finish. Okay, while I'm doing insert or update through program, so he or she asked only you are, can I give other isolation level, or if I'm able to give everything, then what is the special of giving each one? Or if we cannot give any isolation level, what could be the reason? This is I am rephrasing the entire question now. Go ahead, one by one.
I think when we are using UR, it will be uncommitted read. That means that whatever the data updated or inserted, it will be rolled back.
Mhm. Okay.
Whereas in CS, that will be the row will be locked and it's not whatever we did that will be committed because
No,
before
you said
doing the things we locked.
But sorry to interrupt, but that
go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, that is a row level lock-in in CS.
Uh,
And
okay, so can we ask another way? While I'm inserting updating the data, which level lock is the which isolation is the appropriate, the best one? Cursor stability CS, repeatable read, or read stability, or uncommitted read?
RR,
CS.
RR.
CS and I think if
Cursor
you are
stability.
updating the row means CS is better, and if you are updating the page means in a particular page, then it is RR. Both are good, I think.
I hope you got the answers. Right. Okay. Yeah. How will you use VSAM file in batch and online both at the same time?
Uh, Short answer is we cannot if we are actually making updates in the batch. If we are reading, we can do it. We can browse and we can make the VSAM file available in online, but we cannot do update transactions on the VSAM in batch when the VSAM file is in the online. So short answer is we cannot have the VSAM file available in both the sessions, if that's the intention. But if you're trying to read the VSAM in batch and you're actually making it available online, so the corrections can be done online and you can read the VSAM in batch. Only read can be performed. in the tools as well as through the jobs.
Okay. Any other answers from others? Okay, so let's move to other one. I don't know. Okay. How will you find out the module in main submodule by view? So anyone? I'm not sure this, but is the question is correct? Because
No, actually we can see by what we have in the procedure division and calling. So that's how we can decide. Other than that, we
that is
don't have. I
about
think from
something
the understand.
modules. Mm.
Sorry.
He's talking
Uh,
about something called
Venkat,
module.
I can ask one thing. View is in data DB2.
That's no idea, no idea.
No, I think it's module
If
is
it is
programming.
DB2, I think, yeah.
Go ahead. If it is a DB2,
Yeah, if it is DB2, it will be kind of resultant table only. Means as per my knowledge, view is a normal resultant table. It will get destroyed once, like a temporary data set will be there, no? Like that.
mhm.
You can see
Okay,
it will protect the data by using view.
okay, okay, fine. That is in terms of like a DB2.
Venkat, I wanted to add one thing. If it is
Yeah.
by viewing the code, then that means if we have a main module, then there is no linkage section until unless it is called by a JCL, by a PAM or something. But
Mhm.
if it is a sub-module, so there should be a linkage section and it was called by a main module. So that's the basic thing. We can check for the linkage section. If we have a linkage section and we don't have PAM, that means that is a sub-module, not a main module.
Yeah. So yeah, fine. Okay, fine. Let's okay. Yes, we have to go with
So
our
can you
own process.
please repeat the answer that one?
Okay, let me repeat. Okay, basically, when you write the linkage section in two times, in two way, for two purposes. One is you are sending the data from JCL to program through POM parameter. So when you're sending a data from JCL to program through POM parameter, which means that the program is not a submodule, right? Because you are just passing the data. But there is a linkage section in the program you declared, and you are not passing or you are not executing that particular linkage section related program from from run JCL. You are not executing it. So in that context, you can say that program is a sub program. That is what he's saying. Okay, so
Thank you.
linkage section can exist in two occurrences only, right? One is when you want to do POM parameter, or otherwise just simply linkage section, and that program might be working by the main program. Yeah, so as even Bal Prashant also added that we can have some, if there is a call where and all, we can try that.
Venkat,
Okay.
one thing to add here. If it is a main
Okay.
program, usually, I'm stressing on the word usually, we would have a stop at the end and exit for a subprogram. That's also one of the differences, but not necessarily because one scenario could be I want to stop it in a subprogram. So that's
Mhm.
one way of looking into it.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Got it. So the next question: if a job is running every 30 minutes every day, it creates a new output file. How do you achieve it? How you achieve storage for 30 days? I guess it's basically from JCL point of view. So you can club if it is required scheduling tools also to achieve this, to give the answer for this question along with the JCL. Or without scheduling tools, can we achieve it? Give me the answer, guys.
Yeah, the question is very ambiguous.
You can split
There
it.
is,
Split it.
That is achieve or RQ.
yeah, that's what I
I
was
think
asking.
maybe we can use the GD. That is the only option.
Okay, assume what if it is RQ, how you do it? Okay, and if it is per PS file is possible or not, if a GDC is possible, you tell me that way. It is fine, right? We can just rephrase it. Okay, because people are in hurry to they want questions, but question is not clear. They are not interested filling the questions properly. It's okay. We will rephrase it slightly and give. Let's discuss the question.
So archive means we
Maybe
can have GDG.
so after completion of the step, maybe we have to take the backup of the files for GDG. We have to take the GDG, we have to take the backup as the GDG file.
Okay, but there is a question also. RQ storage for 30 days only. After 30 days may not be needed. I guess if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Hmm.
So we can have GDG versions. How many versions? 12 per day. So
256.
12 into, yeah, 256. Yeah.
There is a
Or
parameter, RETPD
yes,
parameter, a
Limit is
retention
the
period
parameter.
for, so we can set that for 30 days.
We have a called retention period, right?
Yes, RETPD something I recall.
Yeah, yeah. That is through VSAM. It is there. Yeah.
JSON.
Yes.
Yeah,
It is also
that's
can
through
use it.
JSON.
Hmm.
Yeah. And if you want to read in the data in the mod file, sorry, PS file, we can have the PS file as a mod file. So we can append data. So it depends on what he needs to do with the data.
Output. He kept a new output file, right? It's not something appending. Every creates
Oh, yeah.
output file.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So mod won't
Yeah.
take. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Hmm. So in that case, as a conclusion, we have to go with the GDZ. But according to 30 minutes, uh, are we able to create? Because 30 minutes is very, which means that how many 30 minutes, right? So per hour to 24 into
48 GDGs in a day.
48. 48 is like calculated as around 50 into 30 days. So is it
No, no,
possible
we
to
do not
create
have that
that?
much limit. We only have 255 maximum.
Hmm. So in that case, once the limit is crossed, we have to take a backup and remove the backups after 30 days. Don't know. Are you seeing this type of requirement in our projects? So many people are there here. 40 people are here in this
No, no,
forum now.
never have
I
seen
think
this.
maybe for every day we have to do the mod. That is the one thing for every day. Every day we'll create only one GD, but that will be the mod. Before running this step, we will create that GDG. Then we have to do the mod for every time.
Okay.
Something like that.
I'm not sure that is what.
Or we can have a daily job which can take the backup of all the duties which run in one day.
That's what. Okay. Everyone going with their own assumption, right? One day they are go with the
Uh,
mod. Let's,
Ve-
yes. Yeah, yeah.
Venkat, yeah, in my current project, we have like a similar kind of thing where for every 30 minutes we have job, right? They like coded in such a way like that file will be created with A to Z alphabets. Okay. For the
Okay.
every 30-minute job will be first job will be A, ending with dot A. Second file will be ending with dot B dot GDG version. So similarly, it will be working. Then we will be having only like less versions, right? 30 or if we have only 26 jobs per day, it will be having only 30 versions. Then it will be easy to store, right?
Yeah, so we
The
can
same
have
thing we have.
256 retained. Yeah.
So
Yeah, we have
basically
that
we have
in
30
our
GDG
project.
bases first, and then 30 GDG bases we have 30 versions for 30 days. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
At
yeah,
least.
similar kind of thing. We have it.
Okay, so we have to create a 30 GDG bases and then 30 GDG versions for 30 days. All right. Yeah, that works. That will work, but that may cost many dollars, right? Like
Yes,
30
sir.
Yeah, yeah.
bases
But
and then
if you see like that, in my project, like we will be getting millions of record in that half an hour. So it will be picked from DB and it will be stored to file, and that file will be executed by that particular job in that 30 minutes. So it will reduce the a burden on a single job, right? So if you are getting millions of record every 1 hour, then it will be useful, right? Then it won't cost much then.
Yeah,
Instead
it
of
makes sense.
burdening a single job or two jobs, yeah, then it will reduce the burden also. It is happening
Can
currently in my project. Yeah.
Yes, Rahul, can you please elaborate step by step? Though it will take 2-3 minutes, I okay find that. But let's, because most of them not aware the process. Let's say you take that requirements itself,
Yeah.
how you achieve it.
Yeah.
I
My
asked
like
as
mine
employee
is
to tell
like
me.
yeah, yeah. Mine is like IMS DB. Okay, it is completely a file-driven system. So,
Right.
like if we get any particular record, mine is like related to claims, completely health insurance. So, we get multiple claims every day. So, for example, I will start with this time only, 12 o'clock. One job has completed at 12 o'clock in the next batch, and it is like completely interlinked for loading and pickup and everything. We have multiple versions for everything, A to Z. So, after 12, if you get any records, one batch job will be ran, and all the records in the time frame of 12 to 12:30 which are loaded into a system will be picked up by that job from DB. So it is completely a file driven system. So for example, if those we call as pend claims, those are in progress. The in progress claims are picked by those job, and it will process further with the batch job. Either it may pay or reject based on the scenarios. It will be worked. So every time the batch will be the job will be doing the same.
But how you are creating a files? You are saying 12:30, right? There is a confusion in the discussion. To get a clarification, I'm asking. Though you are going to run the job after every 30 minutes, you're going to run the GDZ, or you said A to Z. How you will create it? How you submit it?
Okay, no, it is like completely a batch scheduled job. It is already predefinedly scheduled, and it will be running at that particular time only. 12 we will be having A version, 12:30 we will be having B version, and uh,
Yes, okay.
at
That
1 we
many
will be
JCL,
having C again.
those many JCLs are there. That's what you are saying, right? Every 30
Correct,
minutes,
correct,
one unique. Every
correct.
30 minutes, one unique job will be submitted. No change. No need to change the values.
Yeah, correct. So it will be picked the all the in progress claims in that DB at that time when the job is working. So it will be loaded
That is
and it will
different
be
logic.
worked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is different logic. Okay, that is
yeah.
very specific. But yeah, Hmm, got it. Okay, guys, what is it like? Every 30 minutes is they are going to run one job. Okay, in that job, one file will be created. So now 12:30 a job, when the file a job and the file name extension is .a. At 1 o'clock, the another job, there is a B job. The extension of that particular output file is OI. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's what we understood from his
Yes.
explanation.
Uh,
Okay.
Venkat, one more suggestion, because I never tried this approach actually. Is there a way to uh, copy whenever the job runs, right? Even in a particular day, can move to a tape data set with a dated tape data set for all the backups on a particular day? Tape data set for in case for same day the same job, because the scenario is same job runs multiple times. From the other case, right, it's a different set of job. It's the same job running multiple times. Can we take some kind of tape data set for a particular day, tape test at a backup? Is it possible some kind of automated job runs at the end of day to take a backup of the particular day?
We can,
Hello?
but we don't know what is the purpose of the run, right? So if we want to have this separate or if we want to combine, we do not know. So yeah, let's assume he needs it. So let's assume he needs it combined. So we can go with your approach of having it in taped and clearing the memory of the rest of the file for the next day's use. That will work, but we need to know if this is if he is okay to combine the 48 files or not. So that depends on what's being done.
Okay.
Uh, I think we can take the tape backup without combining. We can take the backup of the file separately with having the files as A to Z. So once we need it, we can restore the file separately. We can daily take up a backup so that the same files can be created daily. So when we need that, we can take the file from the backup. We can have the backup file, tape backup file with the date. So we can use it to restore when it is needed.
For the
With
tapes,
what?
usually for the long, we need some 2 years or 3 years backup. Then only we'll go for the tapes. But usually for 30 days, we'll go for the normal files only. No?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
okay.
here the case is different, right? Here the case is the job is running
That's
for
what.
every 30 days.
See, at 11:45, I will run one GDG job. I will create one GDG file. From 12 o'clock night, 12 o'clock onwards, regular jobs will run. I will take the backup. I am using the GDG file as a mod. Per daily, how many hours? 48 times it's run. It will mod the data to the GDG file. Only one file will be created per day. Simple. Why we are going for the tapes and everything? At 12:45, every day it will create new GDG file. 11:45 night time. 12 o'clock
Yeah,
normal day. First job will run and it take the backup with the mod option with GDG, and it copy into that one. Then 12:30 job again it's mod to the GDG file. So every day daily one GDG file.
So if it's going to be a single file, or
file.
the requirement is going to be say a single file. We don't need a multiple file, and everything can be combined into one GDG. It will work fine as you suggested. But
In
Yes,
that,
if
only one
yeah,
file I
in
am
that
per
case,
day. One file I am using GDG, that is taking the backup for all the files.
in that
At least
case, we don't
exactly
need a
every
GDG
half an
at all.
hour we have a
Yeah,
time.
okay,
in
you're
that case,
going to
we don't need a
concatenate
GDG.
everything into one file. That's what you are saying, right?
Yeah, in that case, we don't need a GDG at all. But one problem, the number of records which we process for a for example, considering the previous person which we told, millions of record processed in a single file. So, are we going to append billions of records in a single file? That's another question they might ask for the same day.
Okay. Yeah. So I hope we had a good enough
In
time.
case of
Enough
like, yeah, if in case of any job event happens, suppose at the 10th or 11th run, then it will be difficult to trace, right? If we keep on using the mod. So that's why it might be in production, like we use multiple GDGs.
Yeah. Okay.
Can when we are creating the backup file, okay, I am not sure. Why can't we give the date or time to that file by override parameter?
What 1 minute? 1 minute. 1 minute. So I request you not for discussion. Okay. I know. Okay. On one single question, cross question, cross question, it goes like that. It may not be ended by before 1 o'clock also. So don't take anything wrong. So we'll hold this question till now here. Okay. I know I interrupted Veerazu or someone. Okay. Sorry, because for this question only we
Okay, no
took more than
problem.
Okay, because we need question and answers. Okay, any further discussion is required, I will tell you where we can do our discussion further on the similar context or similar question. Makes sense, right?
Yes, it's
We'll
fine.
write. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. The next question here, I hope you are able to see. So many people have read it because it is presented for 5 minutes more. Yeah. So any DB to DBA or any experienced person who can give the answer. Anyone?
I think it's in spool itself. We can see the number of rows loaded and number of rows rejected, and it will show why it's rejected. It's 803 or something. So it will show that number of records loaded into the outputs itself. Sysout, I think, not sysout or sysprint or somewhere it will show when we are loading with JCL.
Okay.
Correct. In sysprint, we can see, and the parameter DSNU334 something, 334I or something. It will show us number of records processed.
Okay. It's when you are running, it will show you how many records are processed. Okay, done. That is done perfectly fine using load utility or unload, something like that. Now,
What
after
utility?
load utility, right? Load. So using load, we can get into we'll load into the table if I'm not wrong. Correct me, guys, because I
Yeah.
hardly used it. Yeah.
Yes, we can
Okay.
different utility load utility have we think DSN utilip something is also there.
Yes.
But
DSN
popular one.
UTILB you can use.
Okay, fine. So now let's get into this question
Venkat,
only.
please correct me if I'm DSN UTILB we can use utility, that one.
I don't know that utility. I know load unload.
Yes. You're right. DSN util B.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, fine, good. So now there are 1 lakh records are there. Okay, 50,000 records are copied successfully. 50,000 one. Okay, so after 50,000 immediate first record, there is a from there it got stopped working. Now how do you process rest of the records? In the first time, 49,999 copied. So it could not able to copy 50,000th record. So how do you handle it? That is the question over here.
Venkat, your question is not showing in the screen.
So
No.
DSN util B has that restart parameter. So sysn restart, we give this table space and also we can get that. Start from.
Okay, DSN utility, we can mention like a skip or stop like that. So there you can mention 50,000th record. Am I correct? Okay, if that is the case, if the interviewer ask, can I do the load utility? Because why I'm very specific, most of the people knows load unload, most developers. Okay, you said DSN utility or something like that, right? So that only DB to DB people might be knowing, or very closely working in depth of DB2, they might be knowing. Can I do with that load utility? Same starting
Yes.
from 2000 record also.
Restart. Yes.
I mean, are you telling about COBOL restart, or just in JCL itself, load utility itself,
JCL.
we have a restart? Any parameter you remember so that our people can search
Restart.
later? Okay, there is a parameter called restart in the load utility. By that, they can do it. If I'm not wrong, correct?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah, this is enough, I guess, right? So our participants can refer this particular point. They can go back and check the syntax and so on. Yeah. So any other answers on top of this? I don't know. Is it easy or difficult? But you can read and someone can give the answer. So we'll be closing by 1 o'clock, team. So we are having 23 minutes more.
Yeah, we can use pass, right? That is parameter pass, so that it will be created in first step and used in the subsequent step. And when the job successfully completes, then that data set will be deleted automatically.
Also,
Yeah,
it's for
but they
temporary
have
data set
specified
only.
it's not a temporary data set. No. Pass will not work because they specified it's not a temporary data set, right? So pass will not work, I think. But when we do the second step, we can do the catalog delete uh, in the file when we are using the data.
No, second file, second step also that might be the output file.
He did not say that.
No, that is the case. If that is the case, how it, because they are saying how to delete the third step, right? If they are, if I'm okay,
No, he don't
after
want
third
to
step,
use the third step. No, he don't want to use a delete step in the third after step 3. Yeah, if the step 3 is the last step, we can just mention the DD name and delete it with the what is that catalog delete option. But if it's an output, we cannot
Catalog
do it
delete.
back.
New delete
Yeah,
delete only.
yeah.
If you
but
think
And
the
for
job
your
is successful,
question,
then it won't
yeah,
delete. So every case, if you want to delete it, then the parameter should be disposition parameter should be delete delete, not catalog delete.
no,
yeah, sorry.
wait. So first step one they are creating. Okay, job is created
Yeah.
first step. Second, that file will be used in the second step, and after third step, they want to delete it, but not using delete, and they don't want to use a temporary data set. That is a question. Okay, so exactly is what answer. So because it's the ACL is a basic one.
So in step 3, we have to mention the DD name. And someone said that it's delete delete, not catalog delete, and I agree with them. And
Old
uh,
delete.
old delete delete. Yeah. So that
Or
way,
Venkat, like see in the second step, this is using right the same file as a dispatch code share. Instead of that one dispatch code old delete, we can use it in the second step. When it is using is completed, it will delete also.
Okay, got it. But they are asking
Venkat,
exclusively after this step. Yeah,
what if we mention new comma delete in first step itself?
they want to use further steps now.
Yeah,
we
if
cannot
we
use in the second step.
no, I think it will get deleted only after the job enter job completes.
Job gets ended.
That will
Okay.
be wrong.
Yeah, um yeah, I think
Others.
when sometimes in scheduler, if it is a flat file, not GDG, they like at the end of each of the those flat files will be deleted automatically by the scheduler. I saw
Yeah,
this
that
in
is
my project also. Yeah.
okay, fine. That is extreme case. Okay, we are keeping the scheduling tools. Hmm. Yeah. So let's explore, get the correct answer. I guess this can anyone can try this. Okay, fine. I want to bring this question to you because it's using number of cases. Anyone wants to answer this?
Okay.
Question is
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
uh, uh, actually question is very very high level, I believe, actually, because if you want to use a cursor, we can single table normally we cannot use join in cursor, that's for sure actually.
See,
And
okay. See, the question is clear or not. If it is clear, where there is a low or high end, that is secondary. What is the answer? Okay, as simple as. It's an entry question. Okay, you cannot say it is high level question. How you can ask me, right?
no, but it's your specifying number of cursors, because even I can see 4 or 5 cursors in a program, COBOL program, which performs without any problem in production, and even the execution time is also very very less. Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. That is perfectly fine. But how we can
But
optimize is it is not forcing you to give a other answer, right?
yeah.
Here the question is, what are the best approaches you know? That's all. Simple. Okay. So because we may not be knowing, but there might be other approaches also, right? Yeah. Someone wants to add. I guess someone about to talk.
Yes, sir. So my first approach would be to have a query performance, explain using the explain DB tools explain. I like to find out what is the execution plan of the SQL queries used in the cursor. So if I can, retweak my SQL queries, that should be my first approach. Second would be, if I'm allowed to, improve instead of cursor, if the question can be flexible. So I would try to minimize the number of DB2 interaction because that's the time consuming. So that's where I would use the files in that case.
No,
So
okay, because you cannot
that's
remove the files
mhm.
because that application itself in the DB2, so we cannot go that way, right? Because that altogether is a client business you are making change, so that doesn't work. Okay.
Okay. So then I would stick by the query performance, explain, use index. So if I can optimize my queries, my cursors would be in good shape, healthy. So proper response
But that
time.
is that is out of the COBOL program, right? Whatever you said is out of the COBOL program. But the
That
question
would
is
improve my COBOL program. Okay. If I focus only on the COBOL program, you are saying just focus on the
exactly,
COBOL, not the. Okay.
yeah. So like by
Mm,
minimizing the number of occurs or conditions, or by keeping the declare cursor or combining the cursor combinations, or closing the cursor before you open another cursor, those things.
mm.
Okay.
Then in that case the cursor should be open and closed one time. That's a bane. We shouldn't open multiple times, open and closes whenever we require. That is for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Yeah. So
Then in that
that is a
way,
totally business requirement. Okay, because you cannot say, okay, if any standard best practices are there, we can give the answer. But
yeah, okay.
for for your point, if I want to rephrase that particular sentence, yeah, I also agree with you, because when that depends on the requirement, unnecessarily don't open all the open cursors, just
Yeah,
process
because
one cursor.
yeah, that
Go
that
ahead,
not
go ahead,
only
you go
time consuming but also memory space, because whenever we open cursor, right, it will automatically allocate a space in DB2 to process the records one by one, read the record one by one. Whenever you close
ahead.
a record, which means the cursor position also will be closed. That's why when we do any update statement in the cursor program, okay, that's why we use an option called withhold, for which withhold option we use, right, where current we will update. So which will even if you issue a commit, the cursor position will not be uh, uh, restarted, or cursor will not be closed. We don't have to open or close again. Yeah, those things are there. Those are
Okay.
the standard practice we follow while updating the cursor. We need to use an option withhold.
Yeah, got it. Okay, any other responses? If there are no, then I guess you got to start giving the answer for this question.
For query spoofy execution, right? We normally we do not have access to spoofy execution in production, but we can execute using the job TSN step utility job to run the SQL as a JCL.
Okay, answer is no. We don't do that. Correct. Others, what about
Mm.
others? Will you say agree with him? Okay, since there are no responses, we'll consider go with that answer.
But also, if even if they allow, then question is we always use with UR with uncommitted read rather than the lock mechanism is important here because the next set of question would be the lock mechanism, the exclusive lock. So we always go with the uncommitted read whenever we execute spoofy in SQL in
No.
through spoofy with the UR is the mandatory keyword
Okay.
for all the production.
So while you're entering into the spoofy, there is an option called isolation level. There
No,
you
no,
have to
no,
say
no, 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 not while creating a query, right? At the end of the statement, we always give
that's
with your uncommitted with
okay.
your.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
That is a mandatory, so that we are not using any logs. Okay, that's yeah.
Okay. Fine. So answer is yes. You are saying that you can do it.
But we
Okay.
need
If
to
they
use
give,
with your. Yeah.
that is this different story. Okay. Let's say I want to test it, whether you know this particular point or not. So according to you, by default, you can execute, or you need any special access to execute in a spoofy. What is your answer on it?
Uh, we need a special access for production. We need a special access because the it's a grant access only, similar to every DB2. They will give access to production as well. But only thing, yeah, sometimes right, they check these isolation levels. They are not allowing without using this with your the spoofy will not be executed if you are not using this.
Okay. Yeah.
Hello, Venkat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, uh, this is means only for select query for all queries.
Update query, it's not at all possible. They won't give access to
Yeah.
update query.
For
Only
select query, I think we don't need any special approval also in production. I am working as a production support,
no,
but without
actually,
UR also it is working
uh,
fine for.
but in my organization, right, sometimes, right, if the query is taking little bit complex query, the production always getting a timed out if it's taking too much time. So the plain and simple query work in production, and not the complex query.
Okay. It's totally depends on their production or that client.
Access level,
And
because if I'm a product for those queries, right, we will usually contact the support team, product support team to production support team to execute because they have access, so
Yeah,
execute
I am
such
working
queries.
in production support only. I have access without UR
Yeah,
only. I am using.
yeah, because developer, right, we usually get temporary access during the support time whenever we are deploying, right. At the time we get a support time, so we do not have such execution complex queries. We are not allowed to write complex queries execute, so we need support from support team to use such queries.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
okay, I hope we got a clarity. Right. Yeah. Next question is ready for you guys. I guess this you guys can give easily.
Yeah, hi Venkat. This can be achieved through include cont parameter, wherein we give the record length of the entire file and give SS, which is search string,
Substring.
comma
Okay.
equals, yeah, substring equals and comma give, followed by the string that we need to search in the file,
Yeah.
and
Nice.
sort fields equal to copy. This can be
Yeah.
achieved.
So using include condition, you have to use SS. Okay. If you use
Yeah.
SS anywhere it can search it. If there is no SS case, it will start. It will check only that particular starting position. Yeah. So I hope that is the case when it is a JCL. What about COBOL? In case of COBOL, how you do it?
I think it can be achieved through inspect verb.
Correct. Okay, so we can use inspect, which is a string in that entire record. Okay, yeah, so we'll get some output from that inspect, starting count and all. So if that is there, then we can say it is there. Okay, right. Yeah, next question is ready. I hope it is. I don't know whether it's a valid or but it's a large scenario based question.
By using palm parameter, we can pass the data to program, right?
Program C, but you are executing program A, right, in the run JCL.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's give a conclusion. I'll give my whatever I know. Okay, as we are executing the main program, that is a program A. So I don't think we can pass directly to program C through either POM parameter, if it is a program A, main program, or session control card. Okay, that is a conclusion I can say. Anyone wants to correct me, you are good to do it.
We cannot
Otherwise,
directly pass from, yeah, we cannot directly pass
otherwise,
from JCL. We have to pass from program A only. Yeah.
yeah. Otherwise, you directly execute program C if you want to do independent execution. And what is the linkage structure data is there in C program, you go pass through POM parameter without writing any accept. Okay, because program C might be having a linkage section, as program C might be getting data from program B, right? Whatever the data is supposed to get from program B, similar structure you can give in the POM parameter, which can you give maximum 100 bytes. Okay, yeah. So somebody gave very lengthy question. Let's take that question as a final question today. Yeah, so I hope you're able to see the question. It's very good question, I guess, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so I hope you have read the question, or still you are trying to understand.
So the report should happen only when the deadlock is happening, or
See how you understood the same way. Just what you understood, explain and give the answer. That is perfectly fine.
okay.
So we will
No,
hear from others also.
yeah, I didn't understand the question correctly, so I don't have anything. But just want to clarify if the report is produced in the end after the successful run, or during the deadlock alone, this report should be writing.
I think after the successful run. Uh,
Yeah.
One problem I would see, frequent commit. Okay, here after every, deletion of every SQL, right? They are issuing a commit. Frequent commit itself can cause an issue. Uh, 904. Okay, something like if the number of deletion is deleted record is more, which will cause a issue at the backend. But this can be rectified by DBA to increase the size, because delete size. The frequent commit is not advisable, first of all. Okay, uh, okay, and there is a abandoned rollback currently used to commit third SQL. It's work perfectly when a doc happens. There is a we should have one report. Here, do we need to write a program, or we need to give the logic?
If it is a code, okay, let's see code only.
If it's a code, means normally what we do, we usually create a checkpoint and restart table. Okay, for all the DB2 deletion or updation. Okay, we used to have a checkpoint and restart logic table. Okay, we can because DB2 and file cannot go hand in hand, so we usually have another table called checkpoint restart table. So whenever we issue a commit, okay, at that time we will store the key value, okay, latest record, committed record key value in the checkpoint and restart table. Okay, so in case of program appends, during the restart of the program, this will first go and check the checkpoint and restart table to fetch a key, latest read key, which got deleted in the program. So it's got trying to delete it the row from afterwards. Otherwise, right? So basically, there is another clarity on what basis is trying to delete, whether it's reading a file and do delete, or whether it's reading a uh, cursor and doing the delete. These are all the another questions with respect to this scenario. Those are not
Okay,
clear.
fine.
If it is reading a file,
Uh,
means we can do. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
sorry to disturb. Yeah, I have one question. Like, as you said, it might be checkpoint restart, but like we have only commit after the 3 SQL, delete SQLs. It was mentioned, right? So it's not committed as of now.
Yeah, but for example, it's
So
okay.
how we will have the last, in the latest entry there in the table? Though it might be there, but it will not be deleted. That is also case right here.
Yeah, that but the delete, right? Delete is doing single execution of complete record. Okay, for example, or delete is doing step by step delete. For example, if reading a file and deleting all three tables, or else it's simply deleting entire record from the table. In this case, probably we will get the delete information, right? Number of records impacted information from the SQL ERDD3, right? From that information, where we will get a number of records impacted by a particular SQL statement normally. Okay.
What is it? SQL?
There is a SQL code, right? In the SQL code, we have a one parameter. I correctly couldn't remember, but the SQL ERDD3
Okay,
something like
yeah,
that,
RD.
where we can get
Mm-hmm.
where we can get the count of impacted any statement, update statement, something like that. We can get it get those data from that. Okay, in order to write the report. Okay, if single delete statement, all the three SQLs are executed only once inside a COBOL program. When we need to refer the SQL code to a number of impacted records. If it is a one by one, we can very well properly do what we can do check on the count. Okay, we can increase the counter, and we could also populate the report properly with the table name and number of records deleted. Okay, those information. Also here they are asking after delete as well. Okay, which means it's so we need a counter as well, right? Select counter before and after, right? Before deleted, what how much what are the what how many records are there in the table. Also we need to execute the select counter statement after this as well. These are the expectation, I believe, with respect to writing this report. Okay, if all the first thing we need basically, if you look at the report basis, we need a select star count star from the table before executing all the three SQLs, and then once commit is issued, right, we can execute another select star. If you take it as a simple program, we need a select count star before, select count star after. Those information will go to the report along with the table name. Okay, the delete statement simply straightforward delete. We don't have to worry about it actually. Or else, if you're reading a file or if you're referring a control table to delete the record into this table based on any other parameter, for example, based on the date timestamp. So we wanted to delete the data record older than 30 days, something like that is there. Then we need to go follow the restart checkpoint and restart logic approach if you want to restart. If it is a simple SQL statement to delete without any worry about it, then we can go away with a simple approach. It just to have a select count star before and select count star after, write those values in the table.
I have one doubt here. If any one of the delete query will fail, commit will not work for all the three tables, right?
Yeah, even only one of the query fails, we are rollbacking everything, right? Which means whatever the delete
Yeah.
step we performed, it will all get rolled back. So the collects counts are before and after will always have the same value in the report.